Can you relate to this? You get home from work and you're already exhausted, but you need to put food on the table. You have to help the kids with homework. You need to get them ready for bed. And then finally, you can sit down and just relax for a moment. And it's all you can do to get up and get pajamas on before you go to bed, much less worry about a skincare routine. What if I told you, though, a skincare routine could be easy? Let's dive into that. My name is Angie. Welcome to my channel, Quiet Confident Woman. My passion is bringing confidence to women, and my superpower is to use strategy to simplify your life, bringing chaos into calm. And today we are going to do that through a skincare routine. It can be simple, it can be fast, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming. If you like this video, definitely subscribe and click the like button. And if you are not receiving emails, you definitely are going to want to receive those once a week. They are packed with powerful tips and ideas on how to bring your life from chaos to calm. And the link to that is in the notes. I've been helping people with their skin for over 20 years and I have heard it all. So if you are someone who is like, yeah, I feel like I'm just exhausted and I don't want to take the time to wash my face before I crawl into bed, you are not alone. It is something that is very, very common. So let's dive into that. But before we do, a lot of times it's not just I don't want to take the time, because literally it takes about a minute and a half to wash your face and put moisturizer on. So typically there's something deeper, and most of the time it's the overwhelming chaos of, oh my gosh, what do I use? There's products out there for dry skin, oily skin, acne prone skin, anti-aging. There's hyaluronic acid. Do I need that? Do I need retinol? What is this serum for? What does this mask do? What are the things that I need to do? And so before you can even get to, hey, let's do a cleanser and a moisturizer, you first have to pick a cleanser and a moisturizer. And that, my friend, is overwhelming. So let's start there. The first step of this entire process is to pick a brand that you like. We are going to stick with one brand. And the reason that I recommend people do that is because I see a lot of mixing and matching. They use a cleanser from one brand, a moisturizer from a different brand, a masks from a different brand, serums from another brand. And so you're mixing all of these ingredients together, which is not good for your skin. Unless you are very well versed in what these ingredients do, and if you can mix and match these two different ingredients together, really one brand is where you need to stay, because otherwise you can actually age your skin faster. You can actually burn your skin, like literally burn your skin, if you're mixing things that are not supposed to be mixed, like salicylic acid and retinol per se. So you want to really make sure that you're sticking with one brand and following their suggestions. So that is the first step. Now, what brand do you pick? I would just start somewhere. Maybe you have a girlfriend that loves a certain brand. Go ahead and choose that brand. Maybe you use a cleanser from a brand and you're like, oh, I kind of like this cleanser. Great, then stick with that brand for the rest of your items. Maybe there's an influencer that you have watched and they're like, oh, I really like this brand. Now, they're an influencer, so know that they're making money off of advertising that, but maybe it's something you want to try. Great, give it a try. See what you think. So pick a brand that you like and use all the items from that line. Now, when you're picking a brand that is maybe a friend or an influencer's suggestion, one thing that I would really look at is, do they have the same skin type as you? And you don't have to go super deep. If they have oily skin and you have dry skin, you might not like it, because oily formulas are geared totally different than dry skin formulas. So it might be a company that really has knocked it out of the park for oily skin, but not so much for dry skin, or vice versa. So make sure to look at that before you're jumping on board with a friend or an influencer's recommendation. The other thing to look at too is the brand itself. What do you want from that brand? Are you want something that's earth friendly? Are you want something that's clean? Are you wanting something, maybe a company that does a lot of testing, or a company that's been out there for a really long time that you know is trustworthy? Or what are you looking for in the brand itself as well? So that's the first step. Figure out which brand you want to go with. Now that you have the brand, what formula are you going to use? There's so many. There's acne prone, there's anti-aging, there's dry skin, there's oily skin, there's, different masks within all of those. It's a lot. So first, you need to know if you have dry skin or oily skin. That's the place to start. And let me give you some examples for each of those. Let's start with dry skin. Here are some signs that you probably are leaning more towards dry skin than oily skin. If you put foundation on and you see flaky areas on your face, you probably have dry skin. A lot of times it'll be on your cheeks or your forehead that you'll notice that. That just means that the texture is getting picked up by your foundation. I've had several people come to me that are like, Angie, I just need a foundation that looks good on me. I've tried like 5 different brands. They all look awful. And if these are good brands, I'm like, I think that we need to lean more into skincare, because foundation is going to pick up texture on your face. And so if you're putting foundations on and it's just really frustrating because it just makes your face look worse, most likely you need more hydration to your skin. Another sign that you have dry skin is your skin just looks rough. It doesn't look soft. There's no like glow to it whatsoever. It just looks maybe dull. That's an indication that you have dry skin as well. Or if you have redness to your skin or irritation to your skin, then you also are leaning way towards dry skin. I've had several people that have told me they can't use anything on their face except water. And that is because your skin is so dry and has become so damaged that it really is hard to tolerate much of anything. And so if that is you need to start with a dry skin formula, but a very, very gentle one. Don't add an anti-aging or all of these bells and whistles to it. Just something very bland and for dry skin to heal your skin to the point that you can expand from there. So that is dry skin. Now, if you notice that you have like a shininess to your face all the time, like it doesn't go away, then you're probably leaning more towards oily. If you notice that when you put foundation on, it looks patchy, like not patchy like flaky, but it's almost like sliding off of your face throughout the day, then you probably have oily skin. And also, if you're prone to acne, you're most likely leaning towards oily skin. Now, I say that with caution because I have met so many people that have acne that have dry skin. And if you have acne and you're using products for oily skin, it will make your acne worse. So if you have acne, but you're like, oh, I have acne, but I put foundation on and it looks flaky. Or I have acne, but my face, like in the areas that there's not acne, doesn't look shiny. It kind of looks dull. Then you have dry skin. So keep that in mind too. I would say 60% of the people maybe that have acne prone skin probably are oily, but that's a big chunk that is, in fact, dry skin. Okay, so that's dry and oily. Now there's also combination skin. And I would say that if you feel you have combination skin, to lean more towards one side or the other. Typically when I have people, I would say the majority of people, if they're not quite sure, they're like, I have combination skin because their skin is oily on their forehead and down their nose and their chin, which is your T-zone, and then their cheeks are dry. Okay, so if that is your case, you probably need to lean more towards dry skin formula than oily skin formula. If you are thinking, no, like I feel like it's oily in my T-zone, but it's like normal on my cheeks, then you're probably leaning a little bit more towards oily skin. Now, if you're like, okay, you said all of these things with oily and dry, and I don't really fall into any of them, you might just be in normal skin category, which is great. You don't swing one way or the other. And though you probably don't want to use all products from oily skin formulas and all products from dry skin formulas, you could probably do a mix and a match of both. Maybe a cleanser from dry skin, but a moisturizer for oily skin. So it's a little bit lighter weight feeling, and just kind of play with that a little bit. So dry skin, oily, combination, and normal. Figure out which one you are, and if you're combination, pick a side, okay? Now, another big category that you're going to see in different skincare lines is acne control. So I will tell you, if you have acne and oily skin, you most likely can choose products from these acne control lines. Now, if you have acne and dry skin, you have to be very careful at picking products from an acne line. You most likely will have to use products for dry skin and then add in maybe a treatment gel that you just put on your, spots of acne. Or maybe you can do a toner, but maybe it's not once a day. Maybe it's a couple times a week versus every single day. Or maybe you can use the moisturizer, but the cleanser has to be hydrating. So if you have acne but dry skin, you might be able to pull some pieces from that acne line, but most likely you're going to need to stay with the dry skin formulas overall versus just the acne prone skin formulas. Also, acne skin formulas are not anti-aging typically. All right. So if you are very concerned with anti-aging, then see if you can do an anti-aging line, maybe that's geared for oily skin versus an acne prone line, or anti-aging line geared towards oily skin and add in a couple of the acne line items. So that's something to think about too. The last big category that's out there is anti-aging. And typically this has like two different parts in it. There's products out there that are for anti-aging, but mild signs of aging. And then there's products out there that are anti-aging for more advanced signs of aging. Now, if you're wondering, okay, well, which ones do I use? Think of this. If you can go by age, and typically the mild anti-aging is geared towards people mid-20s. That's where you're going to see signs of your skin aging, like small wrinkles around your eyes, maybe some wrinkles on your forehead or expression lines, things like that. So that's where anti-aging starts. And that's where aging starts. It would be great if anti-aging started there, but that's where aging starts. So if you are looking at your skin, and even if you're in your mid-20s and you're like, I don't really see anything, it's okay to start using anti-aging products at that time, because it will help prevent your skin from looking like it's aging a little bit sooner. So for age categories for that mild anti-aging would be mid-20s until about mid-40s is where the products normally run. Now, advanced anti-aging, typically about mid-40s, 50s and better, is where the advanced anti-aging products normally are geared towards people of that age category. Now, if you're looking at your skin, maybe it's you've sat out in the sun since you've been a teenager, and now you're in your 30s and you are like, oh my gosh, look at all the damage that happened to my skin. You might need to use more advanced anti-aging products, and that's okay. If you are in your 50s and you've always taken really great care of your skin, always hydrated really nicely, you may be like, I don't think I need more advanced anti-aging. And you may not. And that's totally fine too. So age will kind of give you some boundaries, but really it's dependent on what your skin actually looks like. Now, I will caution you, if you want to go into the more advanced anti-aging products, they typically are prone or built more towards hydration. So as we age, our skin loses the ability to produce enough hydration, and our skin tends to get more dry. So those products that are created for women 50 plus and better really are going to have more powerful hydration components in it than anti-aging products for people in their 20s to mid 40s. So keep that in mind too, dependent on your skin type as to which one you're going to pick. So those are pretty much the overarching categories: dry, normal, or I'm sorry, dry, oily, and then also acne prone and anti-aging. So you can totally be oily and use anti-aging, or dry and use anti-aging, or, mix in the acne prone line as well. So figure out kind of where you want to go with that within the brand that you chose. Now, the third step is figuring out what products do you need. You're like, okay, Angie, now I have dry skin, I have a little bit of acne, and I do want anti-aging. And so what the heck do I do with that? Well, first of all, you want to start small. If you know me, if you've read my emails, if you've watched these videos, you know I don't want to dive into something full blast and be like, okay, let's do a cleanser, a moisturizer, a mask, a toner, a serum. Oh, let's do this night cream as well. And then let's do this thing for puffy eyes. And like, we can do all of that, but holy buckets, if you're going from nothing to like 8 items, that's overwhelming. Like, how are you even going to remember which order to do that in, much less even want to make a time commitment to do that at this point in time? So to start, we're going to start small. A cleanser and a moisturizer. That is it, my friends. Pick a cleanser and a moisturizer. It could be from an anti-aging line. It could be from a dry skin formula line. It could be from a acne treatment line. Whatever you feel is going to be beneficial for your skin, pick a cleanser and a moisturizer all from one brand, and run with it. Okay. Now, if you have oily skin, I can also say perhaps add in a toner, but if 3 steps seems overwhelming, then I would leave it out. Just start with a cleanser and a moisturizer. And I know if you have oily skin, you're like, Angie, I don't need a moisturizer. I produce my own oils. I'm good. Trust me, you need a moisturizer. I have found so many people. There's one person that I remember like it was yesterday. She really didn't want to use a moisturizer. She had very oily skin. And I was like, trust me, please just use this moisturizer for a week. And if you don't like it, I'll take it back. And she called me and said, oh my gosh, my face is less oily. And the reason that is because when we have oily skin, we feel like we don't want to add any more hydration to it at all. And what happens is our skin is like, oh, I feel kind of dry. I'm going to produce some hydration the only way that it knows how, and that's through producing oil. And so it actually allows your skin to be more oily if it's not appropriately hydrated. And there's a difference between hydration and moisturizing and oil. So you want to find a formula. If you have oily skin, it's imperative that you find a formula of hydration that works well with your skin. So it's going to feel lightweight. It's not going to feel heavy. It's not like your grandma's night cream. That's not going to be what's working for you, but you definitely need a moisturizer. Okay. So within that line, you're just picking a cleanser and a moisturizer. If you have oily skin, you could add in a toner as well. Now, the next question is, and the final thing is, when do I do this routine? I have a cleanser and a moisturizer. Now what? So you want to work up to cleansing your skin twice a day. So if you do nothing right now, pick one time a day that will work best for you. I have people say, Angie, what will give me the most bang for my buck if I do it once a day? Should I do morning or evening? And my first answer to that is do it whenever you know you will be doing it on a consistent basis. If you know 1 o'clock in the afternoon is when you can wash and hydrate your face consistently every single day, then pick 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't care. Just do it once a day. And then If you're thinking, well, I could do either morning or night, it would be okay either way, then I would say pick night. And the reason is because during the day, you are going to have bacteria falling on your face all day, pollution, debris. It's not like you're going to get mud splattered on your face, but like invisible particles are falling on your face all day long and they're clogging your pores. Not to mention oil is building up throughout the day, as well as if you're wearing makeup, that is on your face too. So washing your face at night, if you're only doing it once a day, is ideal if you will be consistent with doing it once a day. Not to mention, if you don't wash it at night, then you lay on your pillowcase and that pillow becomes a washcloth. And then you lay on that washcloth the next day and the next day and the next day. Which brings me to a good point. Change your pillowcase often, especially if you have acne-prone skin. Like even every single day would be a great idea, or lay on it once, flip it over for the next day, lay on it that day, and then toss it in the laundry and grab a different pillowcase. So changing your pillowcase often can definitely help with acne-prone skin. But I digress. Wherever you can do at least once a day, start with once a day and then work up to twice a day. Now, if you're like, okay, Angie, at the beginning of this video, you said, well, I don't have time to wash my face at night. So how do I wash my face at night? That was me. And I do have a skincare routine that I really like, but my struggle is, how do I wash my face at night? So there is nothing that says you have to wash it right before you go to bed. So do it whenever is convenient for you, when you get home in the evening. So do you get home and put your purse away, hang up your jacket, and head to the bathroom to use the bathroom? Perfect. Do it then. Do it then. It takes 90 seconds to wash your face and put a moisturizer on. Do it right as soon as you're using the bathroom when you come home. Or maybe you tend to put a bunch of things into the oven for dinner and you're utilizing the oven a lot, not necessarily the stove all that much, but you have a couple minutes while things are cooking that you can go ahead and wash your face. Do it then. Do it then. Or maybe when you get your kids all set up to do their homework, before they start bombarding you with questions, go ahead and wash your face quick. Or when you're getting them ready for bed, have them watch you get ready for bed. You put on your pajamas, you wash your face. That will train them and teach them as they get older what to do, and see that you're doing the exact same thing that they are doing. And that is powerful, my friend. That is powerful. You are teaching by action, not by words, and they will follow your action way more than they will ever follow any of your words. So do it when they're getting ready for bed, or after they're all in bed, before you sit down, go ahead and wash your face and moisturize. There you have it. 4 simple steps. First, pick a brand that you love. Second, go ahead and know what formula you want to use. Is it oily? Is it dry? Is it acne? Is it anti-aging? Maybe it's a combination of some of them. Go ahead and just narrow down what you're going to use for a formula. And then third, you're going to pick a cleanser and a moisturizer, possibly a toner if you have oily skin. And then fourth, you're going to use them twice a day, and you're going to work up to that. If you're thinking, Angie, when do I do like a mask or a scrub, or I really want to use hyaluronic acid, that's fantastic. Once you have down the cleanser and moisturizer twice a day, you can certainly add in other things to support your skin. And most people, especially as we get older, need more than just a cleanser and a moisturizer to support their skin, and definitely add that in. It's just overwhelming to do it all at once. And if you're thinking, Angie, it's overwhelming just what you said, like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, I don't know a brand to use. I don't know like what formula within there. I heard everything you said, but I still have questions. Please reach out to me. I have a link in the notes of my calendar, and I would love, love, love to talk to you. It is at no charge to go ahead and have this conversation. I have been using Mary Kay products for over 25 years and I love them. They are a great company. They do tons of research, tons of testing. They have been around for over 50 years. And when we talk, if you are thinking, oh, I'm going to use Mary Kay. That's great. I can hook you up. Everything's 100% satisfaction guarantee, which is a huge bonus. And if you're thinking, I don't want to use Mary Kay, I really had some more questions about my skin. That's great too. My purpose is to build confidence in women. That's truly my passion. And it is not to tell you what to do and tell you how to do it. It's to support you in figuring out what works best for you and your life. And I can tell you that since I have had a really good skincare routine, my confidence has definitely increased, and I want yours to too. So please reach out if you feel you need to. Otherwise, I will see you next time.